Folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, my name's Chris and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, I've been documenting this journey of building my reselling business on eBay for the last 4 years, almost 4 years. We're actually in our 4th year at the moment. And over the last 6 months, I've been doing this in immense detail, bringing you along, taking you through each day as I build the business. What does it look like from, how I'm going about doing my picking and packing processes, what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, how I'm sourcing, what I'm looking for when I'm buying. Also, I take you through what it's like to grow. We have grown 66% in the last year alone, and that in itself comes with a lot of costs, a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, a lot of changes, but also a lot of rewards. And I take you through all that each week, just kind of what it looks like. And it really is that, just doing the work, working through the different problems as they come and as they occur, but also as the exciting things come, as we get some great sales. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It is ups and downs. It's a lot of roller coaster rides. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, come along this week. This week, we actually touch on a whole bunch of different stuff. We go through sorting some stock. We go through a new sourcing opportunity that has arisen, which kind of came out of nowhere. Prepping for what's coming next. I've got another 500 kilos of clothing coming at the start of August, so starting to get ready for that. But also just doing the work. There was a lot of admin and some little planning stuff that I had to do. I had to do some phone calls with my supplier and just start to plan in advance of what's happening in the next 2 to 3, 4 weeks even. And that's really what the focus of this video is. So if you want to jump down into the timestamps, you can jump to the different areas or the different days within this week. Now, if you do stick around to the end of the video, you have the opportunity to hear some of the lessons that I learned this week. And basically, I do this documentation to help myself learn and to be able to look back on this and see where I was, what I was doing, and at what period during this journey. And there are a number of lessons and learnings that I need to go through this week. The other thing is, if you stick around to the end, I'll take you through how the week has progressed from a financial standpoint, but also how we're tracking for the first month of FY25, which is July 2024. So any questions, ask away. I do my best to get back to every single question or every single comment that you leave in the YouTube comments below. Otherwise, sometimes I even bring in your questions into the video and, make them a bit more an interactive experience. So make sure you do ask a question. If something's, you're curious about it, chuck it down below. I'll do my best to get back or bring it into the video for next week as well. So let's dive in. Folks, it is Monday, another week. We start from zero again. This week isn't actually going to be too crazy, but I know I say that every time. But in terms of planned things that are happening, the focus is a lot of just business as usual. We got a lot of all those different deals last week, the consignments, we got all those laptops, we got some of the consignment stuff from backpacks. So just continuing to sort through all that, do the electronics. Today's focus is pick, pack and post. I think we've got about 38 orders, 40 orders. And then I'll just start to get into the electronics and quick wins. Photographers in today. We'll be doing obviously clothing. We have a washing pickup this morning at 9:30. It's 8:15 at the moment, heading in. So it's no real big crazy plans. We did reach our target for the week. We landed on, I think it was 5,200. So that's a win. However, the sales are still kind of struggling to get up there. We're averaging about 14 per day, where last month it was like 18, 19 per day. So yeah, that's it. I feel like there's some other things, but I'm completely a bit blank. I had a friend rock up just before he left this morning, so just a bit out of routine. Anyway, I'll see you at the shop. Alright folks, here now, just unpacking a few things. I've got some more laptops again here, so going to be sorting through these today. I've also got another big bunch in here. Picked up a printer on the weekend at a garage sale. That's for some other stuff. Today's focus, I'll also be doing all these shoes. Got a sort of few other things there. As I said, I've got a whole bunch of more electronics here. I've got a whole bunch of, I think they're video games or box sets, and I've got some books as well. I had a friend's garage sale on the weekend, so got that to go through, and I've also, that green tub at the end there is all video game consoles as well. So just getting this sorted so I can get this on here. This is getting picked up in about 15, 20, 30 minutes or so, and then we'll get into the thick of it. So lots of options today. We've got all this we can do. this we can do. So time to get cracking. Washing is all picked up. I've actually just set up another one of these testing units just to basically double the ability to be able to charge. That means I don't have to keep switching and turning. So now I can have a total of 20 items charging at the same time, which is going to make my life a lot quicker. I also on the weekend picked up this little beauty, not this, I actually picked up a drill which is over there. But it's going to help me get into these a lot quicker, just as for the ones that we are doing the pullouts of. But yeah, I'm going to put a whole bunch of stuff on charge now, and then I'm going to start doing a pick, pack and post while these phones are charging, and then this will be quick wins that I get focused on today. I want to get through all the cameras ideally today, and I'll do a bit of sorting of that, but that will probably come first. So let's get cracking. All right, team, so we have actually 34 orders to go out, not 38, but there's probably a total of, it's probably close to 50 items. There's a couple of people that have purchased some multiple quantity items, which I'll be able to explain a bit better on how the combined postage works on those orders. And then we're at 69,178, so we have continued to drop, but it's still not too bad because we're actually where we need to be. Obviously I would like to be higher, but after that big bull run that we had the other couple of weeks, as I was saying in last week's video, it is starting to even back out, which is okay. So I'm going to start to pull all these details out, and I will take you through some of the combined postage stuff a little bit later for the question that came through and I didn't really get to answer it in the full detail last week. And I'll show you some of the cool sales. So let's pick it all out. All right, team. So we have a whole bunch of stuff. Like, we're actually pretty shocked because we've got a lot of jeans going out. Just so happens that we listed a lot of jeans the last 2 weeks, so that makes sense. We do have, this is probably one of the cooler ones, a double R Ralph Lauren, just a flannel shirt that's gone for $120 or 120, which is pretty cool. First time selling one of those. Also have got a couple more of these little guys going. They're just going out for about 17 bucks, nothing crazy. Lots of jeans. I might show you a few others as we go through, and when I get to one of the combined postages, I'll show you that. Those laptops that we did last week, some of the higher end ones, which essentially they're just a certain model and higher. They don't have any hard drives, no RAM, but these have sold. 3 of the 5 have sold already. One of them I actually just need to add one more photo to and to get it listed, but they sold pretty good, and some of these have sold for between 40 and 60 bucks. So very happy with that quick little win. Got this little guy going out as well, trip down memory lane, which is pretty cool. Who played Halo 2? Let me know. All right, let's get packing. Folks, here's a cool one, a little Gears of War polo shirt. This one I think I got from Old Man Collects. I think it was from your bundle, can't remember. Or it might have been from Retro Rescuers actually. This one's gone international. They've only paid 20 bucks for the item, but with postage and tax and fees that they've had to pay, it works out to be 61, 65. So of course I don't get all that, but it's just interesting to see what people pay for certain things. So yeah. So coming back to the conversation around the combined postage, I did address this last week, but I did have a question come through, and I forgot to actually mention who actually gave it to me last week, so I'm just going to call it out now. So it was Nash Bandicoot who actually asked it about, understanding a bit more about combined postage. Now, I did talk about it last week. Here is a bit more of an example. So this person's actually purchased, they've actually purchased twice, two quantity orders, but I'm just going to give you one example. So they've got these two here. They've come through. I have if you buy multiple items, you get a percentage discount in general. But the way that it's come through, without showing any details that I shouldn't, so they purchase the item and then the postage is come to $13.20. So standard is, as I spoke about last week, is the standard for me that I do is it's $11.20, which is my standard small postage. And then for every other additional item that comes through, I put it up to $2 when the postage prices went up. And by doing that, it means that I didn't have to worry about doing checkouts or anything, updating the invoice and anything like that for when the customers have made the purchase. It automatically just applies that. Now, sometimes if you don't have your policy set up to have all those details in there, you might have a policy that doesn't automatically apply the combined postage, or if they're not under the same postage policy, what happens is you'll have someone getting charged $11.20, $10, $9, and $7 if you had 4 different, postage policies. So the key message here is if you are doing combined postage, automatic, you do need to make sure that you have it set up that your items you're selling are all set up with the same postage policies, and also if you've got those pricings right of how much that will actually be. Sometimes I have had issues when people purchase like an item that's maybe a $19.20 to post it because it's in an extra large box or a large box, and then they've purchased something which is like a $11.20, which is a small. I've usually had to intervene there. Sometimes I haven't, and I don't know if that's because people have just paid it, but sometimes you might just want to be mindful of that as well. I hope this does answer the question a bit more for you. I'll put some more details down below where maybe it can help walk you through with some guides or whatnot. And there's probably a couple of other guides that people have done some detail on this as well. I know there's a few people that do the opposite. So like as you add more to it, it deducts a certain amount of postage. That's another way that you can do it. I think John the Reseller does it that way. And postage is all done. We've got all this, and all that. Not too bad. I'm about to nick down to Bunnings. I'm going to grab a coffee for myself and the worker. They've actually already done 40 items today. They've almost finished all these shirts. So we're making some really good progress today. Once I get back, I'll have some lunch and we'll start into some of the quick wins. I've got to exchange these over, basically meaning they're probably charged now, so I'll put them into their respective little buckets. Basically I put them in working, not working, needs something else. And yeah, then got to sort all those, and yeah, should be a good afternoon. Pretty happy with this. We're pretty productive actually today, which is always a win. All right, I'll see you in a jiffy. All right, team, been back for a while. Had some lunch. Yeah, did have a bit of a situation to get on my beautiful shirt. Dropped coffee all over it. Anyway. So I've done all the laptops now. They've all been sorted into their different respective, I guess, which tiers I'm selling them at. These ones I'll work on probably not today, but I've just left them out. I've started to go through all the phones. These ones have all been charged. I'm waiting for a few more to charge and I can do them in bundles. While I'm waiting for these ones to charge, another round of charging, I'm going to work on the ones that don't have batteries and all the old stuff. Because these basically just get sold as for collectors and as parts and dummy phones and things like that. And then I've still got a few other things in here which I can jump over to if I need to, and I have, there's a whole bunch of books in there too, so lots to happen. I'm not really showing too much just because I was in the zone of doing those laptops, but we're pretty much chockers with the laptops. The idea is that once this is fully complete, so it's a bit dark in here, once it's fully complete, that will mean that I can send them off and I will get anywhere between $1 to $1.20 per kilo, and the majority of these will weigh about 2 kilos. So it's not much, but it's I'll take it. And then down here is where I'm storing the RAMs, hard drives. This is for a long-term thing, so the idea is as I get more of these, and hopefully I'll start to ramp up on these a bit, I can get, I think it's, once I get them up and going, it's a fair good amount per kilo, but you need a lot to get a kilo, so back to it. Alright, quick little update, just doing the phone. So at the moment I'm basically deleting, wiping if possible, identifying if they're damaged. As you can see, this one's damaged. That's a damaged pile, or does not boot, or does not work, or defective. Then we've got ones that are being formatted and working. We've got ones that I can't do anything with, and then these are still loading and trying to connect. I think these have all come on. Yep, this one I think was working. Yep, I've just got these happening while I'm doing other things. Yep, and then while I was waiting for them to charge, I finished all the shoes up here. So there's a consignment with Backpack with It Kids. Yeah, making progress. Okay folks, we've finished doing the phones. These have all been charged now and put into the respective little groups. I'll be doing more of those tomorrow. I still have all of these ones. I didn't get to these ones, so I'll get to those probably tomorrow as well. And then there is a couple more iPhones that I need to put through the tester. I'll do that tomorrow before I finalize the bundling. That's all done. We did do a consolidation in here as well, which is all done, which is really, really good. Still got iPads to do. We didn't get to the cameras. So I've got Carla here tomorrow with me. She'll be helping. So I'll probably get her to help with a whole bunch of stuff as well. Probably the consolidation of the clothing, and then maybe books or some video games and things like that, just to make it simple and easy for her. And I'll continue on with all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to just start to pack up now. It's already 4 o'clock, just getting things prepped for tomorrow in advance so that we can start pretty simple tomorrow. And just like that, folks, we are all done, all wrapped up. Ciao! Folks, and just like that, it was Tuesday. We are flying through the week. What are we doing today? Well, we've got Carla with us today, which is great because we've got some extra helping hands. She's in for a treat today. She'll be doing some easy stuff. Well, she'll have options actually. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. So today the focus is, well, it's just me and Carla, so there's no photographer. So I'll get Carla doing some stuff. I'll also focus on doing probably more of the electronics again, and just getting through that big plot that we got from last week and the stuff that I was showing you yesterday, just to continue to get that done. Yesterday we actually ended up, between myself and the photographer, we ended up getting 91 listings photoed, which was probably potentially our best day ever. Yeah, that was pretty good. We were in early, we just didn't have any distractions, and yeah, we just got things done. So more of those days are needed, but that's good. Quick little win there. The other focus today is, at some stage this week, I need to put in my next order for my wholesale lot of 500 kilos. So I need to start to do some planning on that, and I'm going to pay some bills this week. I'm also trying to wrap up the numbers for FY24 just to be able to share back to you guys. That's not necessarily today, but just what I'm working on this week. And also one other thing, yeah, if I can, still trying to make our way towards shuffling everything in the third unit so that I can get the multi-quantity stuff in there. So plenty of things to do this week, but we'll take one day as it comes and 1 hour as it comes as well. The first thing I'm going to do though is we're nicking into Bunnings and picking up a drill set so that I can use the drill for the laptops, because it makes my life probably 10 times quicker and a little bit easier. So yeah, that's that. Cool. We'll see you in a jiffy. Cool. Well, Carla's all set and happy. She's got a nice little pastry there. So we just got in, folks, just setting up first. What are you saying? First order of business. That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to do a pick, pack, and post first, and then Carla's going to help with consolidation while I'm packing, and then we're going to get into doing listings and photos and all that jazz. So we're dropped down to 69,351. We did actually get back down to 68 last night, but we've had quite a few sales come through. This new laptop process that I'm doing, I listed 2 more this morning, and they have already sold, one for 79 and one for 69, which is really good. I'll show you that shortly. We've got a total of 11 orders going out, and of those orders there is some multi-quantity ones. One person has purchased 3 items, one person has purchased 6 items, and another 2-item quantity. So pretty cool. Also, I'll show you some cool items in a little bit. I'm going to get all this out, and then we're going to get cracking. That is a good question. Carla just asked me, because she's going to be helping with consolidation today. She got the good job. She asked me, how many shelves do we think we're going to free up today? It's been probably 3 weeks. I reckon we'll gain at least 10 boxes. Okay. That's my bet. What do you reckon?
Probably more than that.
It should actually be more than 10, but I'm feeling a little nervous. But I mean, there's an empty one there already. So Carla says more than 10. I've said 10. Find out later who was right.
What's the bet?
Lunch.
You're gonna buy me lunch anyway.
I already made her lunch. Thank you very much. All right, so folks, we've got all the stuff out now. So a lot of this is just bread and butter. There is one person that purchased a whole bunch of different shirts, which was very grateful, and then a whole bunch of pants and shorts. These are the laptops that are going out, basically 60 and 70 bucks. Listed both these this morning, actually. I was doing them yesterday, so it's working really well. All right, I'm going to get packing and we'll report back soon. Oh, we also got this guy going out. It finally sold. Had a few people ask and look at this one. This guy has gone for $120, just locally, actually. I was hoping it was going to go international, but with the Olympics happening, I knew it was going to sell pretty soon, so. And we just sold another one of those laptops, folks, that I listed this morning. And they're just flying out the door. Now, I am probably selling them a lot quicker than... like I could hold on a bit longer and maybe get a little bit more, but these are like I've been listing them at $99 and they've been going for 50 plus postage. So I'm happy with that because it's just quick money, and these are consignments as well. So it's a win for me, win for my consignee. But yeah, same buyer as well. So that's really good. I am working on finding some regular buyers. I already was chatting to one person already, which we were chatting last night. You know who you are, and that might streamline this process even more. Postage is all done, folks, and I'm already going to admit defeat because Carla's already managed to pull out. I think we're sitting probably at 12, 14.
Yeah. For 17.
Oh,
no, 1, 2, 3. 13. 14, 14.
Yeah. So Carla wins, and we're not even halfway. Jeepers. She's always right anyway.
Yep.
Maybe I let her win. Alright, so Carla's going to keep doing that. Look at all the boxes, folks. Jeepers. I'm going to start to get some other things set up so we can be productive with the photos and whatnot. So we'll be doing books today. We've got the swap cards. We've got more phones and cameras, which we'll hopefully get done today. There's the cameras. I've also got some more computer parts that I've got to do, which is over here. Some of this has already been processed. And then I've also got some of these to do too. So I'm going to get working on this. The drill bit we weren't able to get because they didn't have the adapter, which is a bit frustrating. So it's still by hand today, but hopefully the adapter will come soon. Halfway, and look at this. Yeah, I think Carla won. And for those that have been requesting, here is some more chippies. And you can thank Carla because she's the one that bought them with us. So today we have a bit of Fig and Brie. Man, not sponsored. Kettle, you want to get in touch? Let's make it happen. Happy? Mm-hmm. Okay. Still got about halfway to go, folks, but she's kicking butt. She really is. All right, Tim, I finished a whole bunch of laptops. These are all good to sell. Not as high end as the other ones. Probably closer to 40, 50. The other ones we average about 70. Those ones will go to scrap pile. Look, this isn't worth anything really. Like this will just go into scrap, and I'm working on some deals of how to do this the best way possible. The biggest concern with all this stuff is obviously data security. So I might have someone that will buy these and you know, we can go through the data wipe process together for the insurances. But otherwise these just go into scrap. Also this is probably one of my most enjoyable things to do. I used to do this back, I had a business back when I was just finishing high school, early university, and I was repairing laptops. Well, sorry, not repairing laptops. I was building PCs, but I was doing a little bit of, you know, this kind of stuff with laptops as well back in the day. And it's a really big trip down memory lane, and that's what all that stuff over there is from, actually. And just pulling this stuff out is just so much fun, just because it's like kind of like you open up something you don't know what you're going to find, and sometimes you find some really cool stuff. Like, you know, I remember when this stuff came out, like 480 gigabyte SSDs, like, and now they're down to like, I mean, this isn't one, but it's down to this size, right? So it's just incredible. And then pulling out some old CPUs as well. That's not that old actually, but yeah, a lot of fun. And Carla has absolutely gone above and beyond, and she has. Like, this is incredible. We've literally pulled out, that's 1, 2. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. 40?
think so. I don't know. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 40.
And here I was saying,
41.
it was going to be 10. I mean, more than 10, and no 10, and you said it'd be more than 10, and we did 40. That is actually the most we've ever done. What's the secret, babe?
Or maybe it's just how I stack it.
Yeah, you've stacked things probably a bit better. Wow. And so obviously all that over there needs to, well, like we're about to just nick out to have a quick break, but all of this will go into obviously one of those. But still we've gained so much space, and it just takes it. This is actually really good because you know how I've been saying that it feels like I've been selling a lot. This proves that we've actually been selling a lot, because the last time we did this was the 26th of June and it's the 16th of July. It's been, yeah, it's wow, it's been 20 days and we've gained 40 boxes. That's insane. It's very hard to comprehend. So maybe the ASP's just been lower, because clearly we've been selling a lot. So thanks, babe. Job well done.
Now
Yeah.
lunch on you.
Yeah, lunch on me.
So,
Yeah. What are you getting, babe?
Huh?
What are you getting?
just miso soup.
Yeah. I already made her lunch. Just saying. All right, we're going to quickly just put this inside, and then we're going to come back and we're going to start on the books, the DVDs, and I'm going to get onto the phones and stuff. So, a lot of fun. And we're back, folks. We're about to get started on the books. Going to move this rack into here, and then we're going to get cracking. We're only going to be here for about another hour and a half, and then we'll be all done. So, I'll give you an update in a moment. Just a day full of snacks. We've got some cheesecake now. So we've got Carla on the books, and then she's going to be on the DVDs. She's just smashing away. We've now emptied out the overflow rack, which is now in here. So as you can see, this is all very neat and tidy. Thank you, babe. Very happy with this. And this will give us a lot of space. We got I've got 200 shorts coming back on Thursday, so that's going to fill up pretty quick. And then we might have to do another consolidation before the 500 kilos arrives, which is first week of August. All right, so Carl's gonna do that. I'm gonna sort through all this stuff just here, and yeah. Ciao. Okie dokie, team. We are packing up. Carla's done a whole bunch of books and DVDs. Thank you, babe. I did the computer. We're packing up. We're leaving a bit early because, well, we've got other things to do. So pretty much a wrap of the day. We did have a few more sales, but I'm going to send them out tomorrow. I'll be back here tomorrow after backpacks, and yeah, we'll do it all again. So just packing up and getting out of here. I do need to answer a couple of questions that have been coming through, but I'll get that later in the week. That's it from me. Any wise closing words?
Take it easy.
Carla might be back here. Well, we actually might go to Savers on Thursday because it's going to be 50% sale. If I do go to that, Carla's going to come. Otherwise, I think Carla's not going to come back till Friday. Yeah. All right, team. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Wednesday. I just finished up at Backpack for Big Kids. Working on some new opportunities there to hopefully help them move, so they get a lot of donations that aren't relevant to backpacks, obviously, or for the kids or whatever, and they're trying to increase their impact and find alternative ways to move this stuff rather than just donating it to op shops, which they will continue to do, but measuring weight, measuring is there a revenue dollar that they can take from it, and things like that. So I've been helping with that actually today, which is pretty exciting. So hopefully that's going to start to pick up a little bit, and there could be some opportunities, not just for me, but in general. So nothing on that at this point, but when it happens, I'll make that very loud and clear. Yeah, we are raising $20,000 for Backpack for Big Kids. If you're new here, don't know what I'm talking about, I've got a video, you can go watch it, go check it out. Each week we've been doing raffles. We do have a main event which will be coming up on, I think it's the 28th, 29th of September, where we do a live stream and raise some more money. We've got some big prizes for that event, which I should be able to announce in the next week because they're currently being sent to me and they should arrive this week. I just picked up some Lego today from Backpacks. That was a donation. It's not sealed, but it's basically 90% complete. That's the big Formula One Lego piece, so that's getting raffled off tonight. We've also got I'm going to say it here first, we've got a PlayStation 4 that's been anonymously donated as well, and there is some rules with that one. We're not able to give it away until we hit $5,000. So we've got a lot of work to do, but there's an incentive to help get the dollars up. So I'll talk about that more on my live streams. If you want to check them out, go check them out. So today, what's cracking? So I've got a physio appointment in about 2.5 hours. So that's going to throw me out a little bit. So I've got to just go pick up a coffee for my worker, and then I'll still be doing pick, pack and post. That's probably all I'll be getting done today. We do have quite a few electronics going out today, which is rewarding. Some phones, some iPads, and just the rest is probably just a bit of jeans and whatnot. And I think I sold something else there as well. So we'll do a pick, pack and post, and then if I've got any time, I'll probably just continue on with some of the quick wins. I've still got the cameras to do and things like that. I might answer a question or two as well. I still haven't got to my numbers for FY24 and taking you all through that. I'm probably just going to have to give you guys a high level. It's been a pretty busy week. The product listing service has started to, we've gained 2 more clients this week from my video at the start of this week that I did, which is really rewarding. So I do appreciate everyone that has reached out, got in contact. If for some reason you have reached out and you haven't heard from me, please jump on Instagram, get connected with me. We're still doing things a little bit bootstrapped. What I mean by that is keeping it lean. We haven't got software, we haven't got systems set up in order to be automating things, because we're really just trying to build this from bottom up, and making sure we're not putting too much money into it, like building systems and using software, unless we know it's viable and it's going to be a long-term service, which at the moment it's looking like that way. So hopefully we'll fix some of those bumps soon enough. But yeah, if you haven't, or you do want to know a bit more, you can reach out to myself. There's a link in the description below otherwise, and find out about all that. So I'm going to head over to the unit, and yeah, tomorrow we're actually going to Sabres as well. We've got a 50% off sale, coupon only for members. Most people are members, but that will be a bit of a rewarding little treat in the morning, so we'll head there as well, so you can stay tuned for that. Anyway, I'll see you in a jiffy. Folks, all right, we're here now. I've just had some lunch, also had a coffee. Been lots happening here. The work has done quite a bit. They're just taking a break. This is stuff that we got from Backpacks. We're starting to test this new process that I was talking about. So we're going through this today. That's going to start today, which is pretty cool. I'm going to do a pick, pack and post now. I'll take you through some of the stuff that we've been able to sell, but I'll quickly just show you on screen. We've dropped back down to where are we? 68,896. So we're still dropping, and we've got 13 sales going out, which I'm gonna go pick now. So let's do it. Okie dokie team. So we've got a whole bunch of things going. We've got these phones going out. These are just for scrap, parts only, damaged, not working. That went for 120. Same for the iPhones, it's gone for 115. We do have some PlayStation 2 memory cards that went for like 40 bucks. It's gone for 44, just some Scooby-Doo figurines. Bunch of iPads, there's about 100 and... oh, actually it's probably about closer to 90 bucks there. 69 plus 59. Oh, not bad actually, over 100 bucks. Then we just got some bread and butter clothing, a couple of quantities in there as well, some jeans and an ugly sweater, and sold the other John Lennon shirt that we got in this from the thrift the other week, so very happy with that. Let's pack it up. Postage is now all done. I did have a question come through from, I think it was from Biggie Smalls. He wanted to know, what label printer am I using? Well, this is the Oz Print. This one I actually did a review on last year. If anyone wants to see it, you can go check it out, description below. But I'm going to show you how quick this little fella is, because I think we've got 13 labels that we're printing out today. This is just for domestic, not for international. Just using the normal process. I'm not going to show people's details, but you print out the PDF, just press print and spits them out pretty quick. And that's how it goes, just like that. There are quicker ones, of course, but this one was probably the best bang for buck. It uses any labels. There is a Wi-Fi version of it. I do have a coupon code if you're interested in the description below as well. So, does a charm. All right, team. Quickly jumped. I was doing some admins and I totally didn't get to talk to you because I had a whole bunch of people come up and they were moving into one of the units next to me. A bit chaotic, but now I've left. I'm on my way to the physio now, but I just wanted to give a quick little update. So what I've been doing for the last hour is I've just been doing a whole bunch of admin. I've actually been doing a little bit of data analysis, and then I've just sent in advance of my next wholesale order of what I'm looking for, how I want to finalize that, and what it will potentially look like. So that actually takes a fair bit of time, and the reason why is because I'm comparing to what I got last time. I'm also comparing to what's been selling, what I want to be selling in the next 90 days. What does that look like? Mixes, what's available. So basically I send in advance what I'm looking for, what I would like, and then if that's not available, other things that I'll probably be looking for, so we can weigh up what we're wanting. Again, it's about another 500 kilos, probably a bit more actually, because I believe I've got the stock that I want. Sorry, the stock that I do want is in stock, so I can potentially get a bit more in advance. So that does take a little bit of time. I was doing that, was doing a little bit of admin, but one of the questions while I was sitting down doing admin that I wanted to answer was, I've been getting, it's probably a question I almost get once a week asked from people in different mediums, and I forget who this one came from. I think it was from Darren. I'll put the comment up below, but he asked, he's surprised I'm not in a warehouse now because it would actually provide me with a lot more productivity, better working environment, even mentally as well. And I already had responded to him, but I wanted to kind of address that because it's been a conversation that's been coming up for the last few weeks, even few months. My goal is to get into warehouse. I would love to be in a warehouse today, but from a feasible standpoint around dollars, it's not feasible, right? At the moment, I've got 80 square meters, just under, probably about closer to 75, and I'm paying $1,600 for the 4 units, basically about $400 a unit. Now, if I move into a warehouse, I need to have something that's going to last me for 2 to 3 years, because that's usually the lease options that I've got to pay. I don't want to share with anyone. I also need one that has a shop front at the front, because I have some other plans that I want to do when I do get a warehouse, and it needs to have an office space. So that needs to make sure it's got room for me to grow, so it's a lot bigger, and it needs to be in budget. At the moment, that's anywhere between $2,500 to $3,000 a month. So basically we're looking at an extra $1,000, and that's sometimes not even including outgoings. At the moment, I don't have to pay for electricity. I also don't have to pay overheads of just having a warehouse. Like when I get a warehouse, I'm going to want to have coffee. I'm going to want to have appliances to be able to do food there. I'm working there, I've got staff there, I need to be able to provide those things. There's going to be an uptick of cost of just, small maintenance things, or, things that are just available for my staff members. I plan to have another staff member. So, there's all those kind of different things. And at the moment, yeah, we're averaging about 20 grand a month in revenue. It's still not where I want it to be able to take that plunge. And also, I got to make sure that the bank or the real estate agent and all that are comfortable with what I'm going to be paying per month. So, and what I'm earning per month. So it's not as easy as saying, yeah, just do it. I could probably take the risk and do it. I'm not comfortable, and I don't think I need to. Yeah, so that's answering that question. All I know is when that opportunity is ready, it will reveal itself, because all the storage units have revealed themselves as they've needed to, as I've needed to grow, and it's worked out with budget. I mean, I'm continuing to maintain the same relevant net profit. It hasn't increased, but that's also, as I increase it, I tend to add more expense because it makes my life easier. So I think that's what people kind of forget, is I add these things to make my life easier. I added the storage unit last time, which was in the last 90 days, so I can process 500 kilos. Now, every 90 days, I know I can process 500 kilos of clothing, which costs me a lot of money. Like, I'm looking at my next order and it's going to be expensive as heck. But, we know we can do it. We can process it. We can store it. We can wash it. Not obviously there, but it's doable. And, we've had these stuff for only 60 days, and we've done, you know, basically I've had the items for 60 days and I've done half of the cost in revenue. We haven't even finished listing it all. We'll end up listing it probably in the next week and a half, and then yeah, I've got good credit terms with them, which, you know, it frees up cash flow big time. So that's not something that you can just do easily. Obviously the amount of money that I'm spending, it's in their best interest to make my life good because I'm making their life good too, and that's really something that I've worked very hard to make possible with that relationship. So anyway, I need to focus. It's raining. I need to get to my physio appointment. Tomorrow we're going to Savers, and then we'll do half day at the shop. Carla will be with me as well. And then Friday, we've got a full day at the shop. And we've got a big deal coming up on the weekend. I'll talk about a bit about that shortly, probably in the next couple of days. Big video game haul. So it's all happening. It's all happening. Yeah! Folks, and just like that, it was Thursday, and we have Carla today. So today, a couple of things happening today. My washing pickup, my washing drop-off has been pushed out to tomorrow for some urgent reasons, because Savers has a 50% sale. So priority, so we're off to Savers. I'll be putting that in another video, but that's the first first thing to do on the to-do list. We will hit up Savers, see what we can get, and then we'll be heading back to the shop, and I'll be doing some pick, pack and post. The sales have actually been pretty good over the last 12 hours. We've been selling more on the laptops, we've sold some more iPads. A few more people have jumped in and purchased a bunch of stuff. So maybe people are starting to get their tax back, or maybe it's just purely timing, which is nice. I mean, we still continue to drop from a 90-day total, but the sales are continuing to trending in the right direction. So we'll do a pick, pack and post. I think, Carly, you're just doing admin today, right?
No.
Or are you helping me? Were you meant to?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll just be continuing on with stuff at the shop today. So I think I'll get Carla to help with some of the DVDs and things. And we're actually getting a mention yesterday at the end of the video, my day, but not the end of the video for you, was that I've got a big video game haul picking up on the weekend, so probably need to make space for that. It's never a dull day. Anyway, we'll bring you along for the ride. I won't show you too much of Savers in this video, but I'll probably show you when we get back to the storage unit. We are going to go out for lunch or brunch, and yeah, lots happening. Any guesses of what we're going to find today, babe? Maybe you should say a brand of clothing.
Oh, that would be hard. There's a lot there. Probably one of the jackets.
Oh, actually, yeah, you tend to come out of nowhere with some big jacket usually. Actually, you find a lot of the North Face pants. I think you found like 2 or 3 there now. We'll see. All right, team, wish us luck, and well, we'll see you in a jiffy. All right, team, we are back from Savers, and that's all the stuff that we got. Fair bit. I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek, but I'm about to film for the video that will come out in. Just want to give you guys an update. We're on 68,385. We've got 23 orders that we've got to pick. It's now 1:30, so we need to get cracking. Carla's going to help pull out some of the items while I'm just getting all the op shop stuff video happening, and then we'll be doing pick, packing and post. We won't be doing too much otherwise today. I do have a deal at the end of the day that I've got to meet up with someone for as well, so it's all happening. Yeah, we'll see you in a jiffy. All right, team, I just finished recording the video for what we got from the op shop from Savers. We did pick up a little video game here as well. We got some pretty cool stuff, a whole bunch of different shirts, jackets, some skirts, a big range of stuff here. Probably 29 items it was. I'm happy with this. Yeah, I gotta get packing now. Carla's been picking up the orders. She's going to help now flat lay all these and detag and all that jazz. Some of it needs to go to the wash. Yeah, I'll take you through some cool stuff in a minute of what's been selling. I'm just going to get the rest of it out. Carla got all her clothes. I'm going to do the electronics. All right, what do we have going out? We've got heaps of laptops going out. These were incredible. Some of these I listed this morning and they have sold just straight away. Like some of these are only gone for 30 bucks or 40 bucks plus postage. One person has purchased 3 of those, so it makes it very easy. We've got a whole bunch of clothes going out. There was a couple of people that purchased a couple of items. Got a couple of iPads and some iPhones going out. Even got some Disney Aladdin trading cards going out overseas. And I think the big bowler for today is this vintage calculator that I picked up when I did the Port Melbourne and Melbourne thrift trip when I went to pick Carla up from the airport about 2 weeks ago. And we picked that one up for 20 bucks. It's gone for about 130. So very happy with that. I'm going to get packing. Yeah, not too bad. Okie dokie team, we are all done. Finished for the day. Postage is done. I'm going to go meet up with someone now, see if we can work out a deal on something, which I'll talk about a bit later. Otherwise, we're back here tomorrow and do it all again. Ciao!
Ciao.
Folks, it is Friday. Oh, you're a bit far down, sorry folks, but today's Friday. We've got Carla again with us today. So yesterday, after we finished, we did go do a new deal of working with a new source, and we'll be going through all that today. Actually, we got boxes of clothes and shoes and bits and bobs. So that's a new thing that we're trialing and testing out. So yeah, we'll be going through that this morning. I've got obviously a pick, pack and post per usual. I think we've got about maybe 12 orders to go out. I've been dealing with not a disgruntled octopus, a disgruntled customer who's causing some issues. I think they're trying to do dodgies, but that's been taking up a little bit of admin time, and my photographer is coming in halfway through the day, so that will mean we'll get a whole bunch more photos and things done. We've got a washing drop off this morning. Plenty of things happening. We're going to nick into Bunnings quickly on the way in. That's actually so Carla can get a pastry. We'll probably get a coffee too. And yeah, probably going to be doing a fair bit of sorting today. And then tomorrow we've actually got a big video game haul pickup. So I want to make some space for that today. So it'll be all hands on deck. Yep. And then we're finishing early today and going to see a movie. Aren't we, babe? We won tickets for a movie to go see Fly Me to the Moon. Is that it? Fly Me to the Moon? Yeah. So we'll be going to see that tonight as well. So not too bad. Pretty good day. Jam-packed. Come along for the ride and see what happens. Ciao.
Ciao.
Team, we are here. All the washing just arrived just as we got here. This is one trolley of stuff that we got yesterday. We've got clothes, shoes, bits and bobs. We've got to sort through it all. And then there was all of this as well. All this, and that. So some new opportunities, really pushing into some new categories as well. Always adapting, always changing, but always growing. And we got Carly here just living the life. What do you got there, babe?
Spinach and cheese roll.
Will there be any tax for me?
No. Yeah, there will be. I was thinking about it.
All right, team, we'll see you in a minute.
I have it.
Okie dokie, folks, we've been doing a bit of a sort here. We started with all the clothing. We haven't touched the shoes yet. But we've basically been, again, this is all new. We have no idea what was in here. We're going to be testing this out. There's an opportunity to get more of this. We've gone through, we've got shirts, we've got jackets and dresses, we've got more jumpers, we've got pants, jeans, we've got jerseys, whether they're legit or not, we've got to go through. Got some swimwear, skirts and shorts. We even got some vintage towels. There's a towel in here that's pretty cool from M&M, which is pretty cool. Yeah, M&M's world, that's really random. So there's going to be a lot in here that's probably not worth it, just low end stuff, but then there's some big ticket stuff. So I've got to go through this and figure out what's good, what's bad, give some feedback, and then we rinse and repeat. So what do you reckon, babe?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Okie dokie, we have finished sorting all the clothing. It turns out there was about 140 pieces, and there's about 65 that are worth keeping, and there's 75 that are a no. So
We've been making up the different piles. There's some interesting stuff in here. We've got some jerseys too, which should be pretty cool. We've got some shorts, we've got pants, we've got jumpers. All this is going to need a wash, of course. And then there's a pile of no's. That's a potential maybe. So just finalizing all this now, but that's all the clothing done. Now we move on to the shoes. All right, just into the thick of it all, we're doing the shoes. Like we've got like Jordans here, we've got Adidas, we've got sliders, you've got cleats, you've got this is the no pile just because they're damaged. We've got everything, like Crocs. Like this is next level. Lots of learning curves, but bit of fun, that's for sure. Gonna have to learn how to clean them, make sure they're presentable, all that. Lots to learn, but it's, you know, it's all possible, especially if I can get this on a weekly or monthly basis. So woo woo. All right folks, all done. We've sorted all the shoes, stuff that we want to keep. You still got to figure out how we're going to be processing them, but that's all done. These are the ones that probably need a bit of work, or low end, or too dirty, or treads, but I'm still learning that, so we might actually be missing out on an opportunity there. And then we've put all the clothes into washing, and then we've also got, oh sorry, just knocking my camera at the moment. We've also got, we're going to clean up this a little bit. We're going to go grab another coffee. I'm going to pick up a coffee for my photographer, and then we'll come back. I'm going to do a pick, pack and post, and Carla's going to start to shuffle some things in here. So it's all happening. All right folks, it's all happening. Carla's helping do some shuffling and sorting and doing the stuff that I'm really bad at doing.
See that face? Not impressed.
Oh, that was good. It's like, woo. And we've got all this out of the way. Yeah, she's basically helping with the stuff that's back there and in here as well. So I've put it into her trusty good hands. No doubts there whatsoever. And I'm gonna go pick and pack and post. All right team, so we're on 68,547. We've got 13 sales to go out. We've got another one, a little garbage can going out. We actually have this little, it's like a, what do you call it? Mouse mat going out from Halo. Hear that sound? That's the wind. It's ridiculous. This is a big blank media bundle. I had all these up trying to sell them as individual, just unlisted them all, put them as one bundle, and they sold overnight. That's gone for like $57, I think it was. The rest is really just bread and butter. We have been starting to pick up a lot more North Face and like knitted sweaters again, just because of the weather. This little piece, sold this morning, listed it this morning and sold it this morning. It's gone to Japan. It's a linen and silk blend, which sold instantly. So obviously maybe a bit too cheap. And I've also got to send out all the winnings from this week's live stream as well. And for those that don't know, Justin, who won the Lego last week, he's actually redonated it, so it's going to be going back into the loop again. So stay tuned for that. That will be happening this Wednesday. So yeah, let's get working. Post is done, and now look at this amazing job. Carla has done it just in time as well. We're about to leave. You right there, babe? You were doing so well. And then yeah, so all that's come out of there. Woohoo! This is cool. You want some help? All right, team, we're done. It's 3:45. Carla's done an excellent job. This will be next week's problem. This is all done. Photographer's still going, and we're off. We're off. And then tomorrow we have a big video game pickup, which we'll talk about that tomorrow. So, ciao!
Cheers.
So there we go. It's been an interesting week. I do apologize. We did not get to film the stuff around the around the video games. The person that I actually purchased off has asked if they could remain anonymous, which is fair game. They don't need to explain why. They don't need to justify anything like that. But we'll be going through that in a bit more detail in the next video. The other thing that I'll have in the next video is, I plan to, because I said that last week, is to go take you through the FY24 results of, where we landed, what that looks like, and, some of the lessons and things like that. So stick around, that is coming still soon. So the lesson number one for this week, and it kind of plays off from last week, which was last week I spoke about, perspective and, just really seeing how things really are and how they're actually really not that bad. But I actually wanted to just say thank you to a whole bunch of different people. You know who you are. You've sent me messages. You've sent me comments. I've even had a phone call with someone, and it's been very uplifting, very encouraging to hear other people's perspectives, whether it's been sharing their own, stories or how they've been tracking, or just playing back to me that they think, no, that, from their perspective, they think I'm doing great. And it's not about that I want people to tell me that I'm doing great. Look, I know I'm doing great because I can see the graphs and things like that myself, but I'm not going to lie, it can get to your head when you're growing and that growth starts to slow down and you start to not plateau, but things aren't moving as quick. But that's all part of the growth stage, right? This is exactly what happened back when I was doing half this amount, even 80% of this amount. The same thing occurs, and it's just about adjusting to it, because unfortunately a lot of the stuff that we look at are vanity numbers. They're numbers that make you feel good. But sometimes, and I know a lot of people say this, that it's not all about revenue. It's not all about revenue, but the revenue is an indicator to be able to tell me of what's happening underneath that, because there's all these different KPIs that go with it. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that in this video, but I think the lesson really here is, when we're working, we got to understand, is what we're working on or what we're doing, is it actually getting the results that we want? If it's getting results that we want, maybe it's not the best results, maybe it's not perfect results, well, then we can continue to repeat making those results happen, but with continuous improvement. And that's what I'm doing. It's a bit of a slow burn, but at the moment we're still tracking to my, to my minimum threshold goal that I want to hit for FY25, which is $250,000 in revenue. We're still on track for that. We're actually a little bit above that, and when I was at my peak, we were way ahead of that. But things go up and down, and we're only at the start of the financial year, so we've got a lot ahead of us before we can even start thinking about, is this even not going to be possible? With that in mind, the other thing I wanted to say with this, and the lesson I'm telling myself, is I'm not going to slow down. I'm not going to stop buying. I'm not going to stop buying stock, because if you have one bad week, if you have one bad day, even if you have one bad month, does not mean that things aren't going in the right direction. It just means there's a situation. Now, if you're having continuous trends of downfall or things not working, that's when you need to start questioning it. That's when you need to start saying, okay, something doesn't add up. The math doesn't add up. We need to start making some changes. But when the math is adding up and we are still progressing in the right direction, for me, that means rent is paid for, staff is paid for, all my contractors, my services, and all the different things that I'm using, the washing, everything's paid for. All the cost of goods are paid for, and the cost to sell is covered for. When all those things are covered and we're still profiting, well, then we're in a good position. It's now about how do we continue to take that and make it a little bit better over, every time, one step at a time. So that's, I'm talking to myself here, really. That's a lesson number one. Lesson number two is the power of conversation. Now, this applies for everyone. You do not underestimate the power of just having a conversation with someone, whether it's chatting with your suppliers about how you're feeling, what, your thoughts, feedback, what can we do? Is there bigger opportunities? What else do you have? All these different things, right? Have a conversation. At this point, they're the most important part of your business if you're trying to grow. The other one is working closer with your customers or with your suppliers, having conversations with them, within the means that you're allowed to do, via eBay or the tools that you're using, but understanding, what are they wanting? What are they looking for? And how can you continue to provide that service or deliver that value for them? The other one is networking with those in your ecosystem of business, but also outside of it. Putting yourself in positions where you can tell people what you do, which is actually the next part. Telling people what you do. So communicating, sharing, connecting, having conversations, seeing if you can solve problems for other people as well, or hearing what their problems are, which leads to lesson number 3 for this week. And that is, what is your value add? Now, I've been working on a few different things, opportunities this week I mentioned, and I've been stewing on this all year around what is the value that I add? And the question I have for you is, what do you offer to your suppliers, to your sources, to your customers? But what is the value for them, right? What are you doing? Is it because you're paying money to them, right? Maybe that's the value that they get out of you. But is it they get time back? Is it less clutter? Is it more space they get back? Is it a problem that they now no longer have? What is the value you provide to your suppliers, to your sources, but also to your customers. What is the value add you add to your customers? I think for customers, it's a really big, important one, but do not neglect when it's like when you're sourcing from people. Some people are selling stuff to you for what reason? Because they don't want to do it, or they don't know how to handle it, or it's overwhelming, or they need the space, or they need the money, all these different things. When it comes to customers, we need to think about, are you saving them time? What is the experience that they're feeling while they, actually make this purchase? What about, is it because they feel confident when they purchase from you? Maybe you have a quality like no other. Maybe it's because you have the rare items that can be found nowhere else. Is it the convenience? Is it the price point? Or is it a problem that you're solving for them? These are all things you need to take into account. And this is another lesson that I continue to dig into to see how I can continue to grow the business. In the last week, we've been doing a lot of laptops. We've had a great opportunity with that. Looks like I'm going to be doing a little bit more work with Backpack for Vic Kids to see if we can increase their revenue, coming in from charity donations and income to help boost their ability to be able to make an impact to, these kids' lives. Working with another client now that, he has a problem to solve. I have a solution and we can work in hand with that. And we showed a little bit of that this week as well. So there's always something, right? In my consignments, I'm solving a problem for them and giving them extra value back. Enough on that. If you've got any questions about this, please down below, ask away by all means. Now, if you're stuck around this long, we do have the financials, and this is the juicy stuff, right? Over the last 6 months, I have been sharing this in a different model. I share a lot of KPI and levers and how we're tracking from a, month to month point. But if I quickly just jump into how we're actually tracking for this week, at the time of this video, it's only 9:17 in the morning. On Sunday, this comes out the next day, the Monday. So we should still see a little bit more sales come through. We're week 184 since starting this business. At this time of this week, we've done 103 sales for the week. We're sitting on $4,676. We should land on $5,000 this week, 100%. My target for this week is $4,807. So we still need about $131. We'll get that. I'm pretty confident we'll get that. ASP this week's been about $45, a bit lower than what we've had over the last 12 weeks, but I'll take it. I'm not complaining there. Now, in terms of the real juicy stuff, which, a lot of people are here to see how I'm tracking, if I'm making good progress or if I'm failing. There's a lot of people that want to see me fail, which is very sad, very sad. This month is actually tracking to be our best month again, in terms of not revenue, but profit. And at the moment, so we're sitting on $14,573 for the month. We are on track. I think it's estimating to land on $22,958 around there. So we should land 22, 23, I think, unless we have a nice little tick over that pops up again in terms of uplift of sales. But in terms of actual some of the smaller numbers, and I'm just looking over here because it's on my other screen, but net profit, we're at 34.9%, which is my highest I've ever been. Now, of course, I still have some wages to pay this month. I still have some other expenses to pay this month. So that will still come down. And we're not, we're 21st of July. So, this week is almost the last week of the month. So it'll be interesting to see where that lands. But I think the fun factor number here that is really, really making me smile is my rebuy opportunity, or my return on investment, which is 207% or 2.07. And what that means is basically my cost of good, my average cost of good at the moment is $7.84, but my actual net profit is double that, right? And we're sitting on average net profit is 16.25 or $16.25. So for everything that I sell, that's how much I'm making back, and my cost of good is only $7. So we're really starting to multiply that money a lot better. We'll see how we track into for the rest of the year, but this month is starting very strong. I have made some changes. We are doing a few different little things, but can I continue to make that happen? And, that's also trying to source in different ways, bring down that sourcing cost of good. However, I will be picking up 500 kilos of clothing in another 2 weeks, and that will be very high cost of goods, but is my bread and butter. So, it's not as simple as like I can just have that so much cheaper, but it's how do I bring other things into the business that makes it so much cheaper. All right, and that's it, folks. Really do appreciate you being here. If you do have any questions, any comments, more than happy to continue that conversation. And next week we'll do it all again. Can't believe we're almost in August. Time is flying. Appreciate you. You have a wonderful day. Cheers.